Finessers and Finessies. This is a somber moment. This is a bittersweet moment for this league. This is going to be our last show up until next year. I'd like to thank you, my subscribers, for giving my family a chance to continue to move forward financially with all the subscribers in this league. I've been very grateful to be able to do this podcast for over the last 16 weeks for about 14 shows, give or take some hiatuses due to moving and whatnot. There is something that I want to do, and it's not going to be easy for me to do. During my move, and this is going to take this is going to be humility, vulnerability at its finest. This is due to while I was moving during the week of I think it was like 2 weeks ago, during my bye week, I got kind of spoon-fed to have a bye week during this, but this is awkward. I did get low, man, and I don't want to make anybody think that I'm ducking that work, as you will. I don't want anybody to think that I'm above that. I'm not. I'm a human. I'm only human. So, sit back, relax. The trash bag got low, man. Man, I got real low. Man, I got really, really low. Man, I got really, 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 really low. Andrew got low. Man, he got low. Andrew got low. He got really low. To the ground. He got low, man. It's really bad. I'm really bad. Cause I got low, 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 low. And by that logic, I entered Calder territory. Once I walked in there, I sniffed the ineptitude that Calder and Gary reek of. It was a dark place. It was dark. It was dark. It was lonely. It was scary. It was abnormal. It wasn't normal for me to, I wasn't used to that. But nonetheless, I got low, man. It's sickening. I made it all season without it, and then during my bye week, which is a little bit of a spoon, not even gonna lie, I did get low, man. Moving on, my humility has been shown, and I hope this is something that you guys respect me for. The trash bag got low, man. Anyway, moving forward. Wait, I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all make a mockery of me. I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all make fun of me like a midget at a circus. We're moving on. We're moving forward. Time marches on. We're going to go through the storylines of the season. We're going to go through superlatives of the season. I am going to go over the most pathetic teams because that's always a fun segment for me. And I'm going to hit you with 2 prop bets that are going to most certainly get some money in y'all's pocket this weekend, if y'all decide to go that route. All right. Boom. Driving home, new way. I had to take 85 now. I used to not have to take 85. So if I die, I die. And y'all just send some prayers my way. That's good. Amount of calories, all of you. Okay, here we go. What we learned the whole season. Galt win. Okay, that truck literally almost hit me. Okay, no worries. Galt wins his 3rd championship. Asterisk or not. Call no 2020 election. If that we don't know, that there was some things that went down. Galt's table was held up by the legs of Calder, the legs of Skeet, and the legs of Cheese's anti-spoon feeding, which I never thought I would ever say. Cheese had the number 1 running back in the league. Hurt. The number 5 running back in the league hurt. 2 people who could easily get him 40 points. That changes the complexion of a game. It changes the confidence of the team. And that's really it. The one thing I will say about Galt, Austin Eckler was the pick of the draft. And I don't particularly know if there's any other explanation. I really don't. I just don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? He was pick number, like, I think whatever Galt was. I think 5. I think is what he was. But in a PPR driven league, he's even better than what he was, and he continued to do what he did in the standard league. I think he closed in, and he was really close to maybe being the number one. But he held on to him all year. I'm not even gonna say he was stinging with him. He just held on to a good player, and he stood by that. No Clay with Devontae Smith on standing by something. My phone's dropped, all of you. Galt win, asterisk or not, he did win his 3rd championship, and that's it. That's just what it is. Cheese. Let's see. No, Calder will be next. Storyline for Calder. I'm doing a storyline for every single person in this league. Calder continues his firm grasp on the hands of ineptitude. His grasp on the sledgehammer of garbageness has been fermenting since since he came in the league. I think 3 years now, and it's been the last 2 years have been just perpetually pathetic. I'm not even going to go into detail. It's pretty embarrassing, really, to watch. I don't even know how he parades around and allows himself to do that in front of his friends and family. Scoggins comes back down to earth after his high last season. No Sha'Carri Richardson. He comes back down to earth after he used all of his spoon last year. He stood fast with what he picked a plan just like last year. He stuck with it, and it didn't pan out this year. Whatever. Connor Dan Campbell on picking a plan and not working really out for him. Let's see who else. Clay, our silent killer. The silent killer mentality. The utter spoonery gave him a... I appreciate the seeding of 3rd place of him, but we're gonna do 3rd and 4th. 3rd/4th is what me and Clay will be labeled as the rest of this season. Let's see who else. Cheese. This is how I know Cheese gets fed, and he'll be a nominee for the biggest spoon feeding of the season. Cheese is poor drafting. I say that because he took Derek Carr in the 4th round. Sorry, got a little nauseous. I don't understand why anybody would take that man in the 4th round. I'm not really sure why he was drafted, period. I say that. I would have drafted him, but no, I'd have drafted him maybe like 4 rounds after that, right? So, like, I don't even want to look and see who was around Derek Carr at that time. But that was, not going to say silly, but not a very good draft move. Cheese's poor drafting, lack of points scored overall, lack of trading, and overall staleness of the season led him to a championship where the spoon finally gave way. It's like a novel. It's a beautiful novel. It's just the staleness, the lack of trading. Just didn't have that many points scored. Didn't have many points scored against him. I've seen paint dry that was less boring. But he got to the championship, and due to either a combination of Galt spoon feeding and Cheese's maybe anti-spoon feeding, he was almost doubled up in the championship game. I've never quite frankly seen that. Alex, his storyline for his season, it was 4 weeks of glory. That's it. I think it's over 600 points of his league-leading 1,600 or some odd points happened in 4 weeks. I don't think he scored less than 150 points in 4 weeks. But then the rest of the season was pure mockery, a disaster, a joke, pathetic, laughable. Don't let those 4 weeks distract you of how bad he really is. He really didn't know what he wanted to be this season. No Bruce Jenner, on having no clue what they wanted to be, and that's just it. After those 4 weeks of glory, his team came back down to earth and got destroyed by Galt. Now, granted, I'm not going to go into detail, but had Skeet not traded Christian McCaffrey to Galt, Evan would have beat Alex, and then the next week I would have beat Evan, and then the next week after that I would have beat Cheese. So that trade firmly, kept me from getting my third championship. So, but that will be addressed next year. Whatever. Skeet to have to. Well, we'll jump over to Skeet actually. While we're right here. He, to have to do that to get grounds over someone as pathetic as Calder, it's kind of a testament to how bad you are. Skeet, his storyline will be he had a roller coaster season while being the local dump for opposing defenses. That may be mentioned in the superlative next year. Evan, the roller coaster season, up, down, all around. You have no clue what to even expect from Evan. Evan can bust off 140, lace Kyle, pause, or he can get 60. You literally do not know with this team. Jared McKinnon put his team on the back towards the end. Gary's roster waited until week 14 to start putting up more than 100 points, and then he started doing it. Everything. Gary, I'm fairly certain once the standings play out, I think Gary went from 10th to 7th, maybe 6th or 7th, but it's kind of ridiculous. That's regardless. It's all regardless. He literally he scored like 120 plus in multiple weeks in a row and didn't have 120 points in multiple weeks combined throughout the season. So, whatever. And finally, myself, my top 3 to 4 finishes continue to haunt me. I'm able to get close to the end, and then I fall short. No Brittany Griner on getting close to the end, but then falling short and ending up somewhere where she doesn't want to be. So yeah, that's that. We're going to knock out these superlatives real quick, and then we'll get going. Trash bag Audi. We've got several awards. I think it's about 11. Worst trade, CMC for Ski. Calling America on getting finessed by foreign trade deals. That trade physically handed Galt the championship. I've never seen that, and it physically took the championship from me. Normally my anti-spoon feeding does that, but Ski had to jump in and do that for me this year. So that was probably the worst trade this season. Biggest finessing, come on. It happened very early. Aaron Jones and dead clocks Knox for Travis Kelce. You do not trade Travis Kelce. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You do not trade him. You don't trade him. I don't care if he fell off a little bit at the end. You do not trade Travis Kelce ever. You don't. That's it. Let's see. Biggest waste of time trade. Darren Waller versus Michael Thomas. Bar none. It was just, when it happened, I think that was one of the only trades I pushed through just based on the premise of it wasting so much time. It was just it was literally trading a corpse for a corpse. The worst team overall, I'm not with, based off standings. I think Gary's team, underperformed all season. But he got better at the end, but I think collectively he probably had the worst team, and I hate to say that, but yeah, that's that. Worst manager, I'd probably have to say Calder, because he made some questionable roster decisions, questionable trades, questionable plays, starts, sits, for example, when Joe Mixon got hurt, he put in a budget for Samaje Perine and then benched him, only to lose by the difference of more than the difference of what Samaje Perine got. Basically, in layman's terms, had he played the guy he picked up to prevent me from playing, he would have beat me, would have gotten the playoffs, and he actually didn't do all that bad in the playoffs. Never know what would happen. People offered a lot for him for Travis Etienne. He never traded him. He kind of fell off at the end. The only time he did do anything was week 17, the final week of the season. And by that point, he was just trying not to play last. So I probably have to say that. Let's see what else here. Biggest spoon, season long and moment. The biggest spoon season long. Cheese, his lack of just participation really, and the lack of the drafting skill, not a lot of points. He got the number 1 running back, and then he got another late round top 5 running back. It's so annoying. And the rest of his team is just fish oil. I just don't get it. But that, you know, Derek, his running backs again took him to the championship game. Probably not going to say he didn't deserve to be there, but you know, him and, you know, Connor Biden all being somewhere he don't deserve to be. But he, you know, Clay and I had a combined record of 22-6, you know, battling for third place, while Galt and Cheese, with a combined record of 15-13, played for, you know, first. So that don't really make sense to me. It's just a testament to the volatility and the luck involved with this sick, twisted game. The biggest anti-spoon feeding season-long and moment without question, Evan not having Stevenson and Marquise Brown not being able to get 6 points. Are you kidding me? It's kind of insane. Galt, I don't even know how he sleeps. And then Galt just, you know, rolled through the playoffs with Christian McCaffrey. So that was the biggest anti-spoon feeding moment, and a lot of that comes from what I'm about to get to next, my anti-spoon feeding. You know, Kyler Murray getting hurt, Marquise Brown not being able to do anything with whoever they had at quarterback, Trace McSorley, I have no idea. Somebody not good, no Gary. He just, you know, let bygones be bygones. That's the biggest anti-spoon feeding moment. I'm 2 nominees for the biggest season-long anti. Myself with injuries, the hospital. It got ridiculous. I'm not even being funny anymore. Like, it kind of got absolutely ridiculous. I have to scroll on my notes to see all of them. Another one, and I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves. Skeet, the defenses. It was kind of funny. I mean, literally, I don't think I've ever seen somebody get dumped on for 10 plus points a week for that long. Hilarious. Had it coming. God's comedic relief per Evan's request will be Evan for the last 3 weeks. Due in part due to the fact his team didn't do bad in the Constellation bracket, the Gary Invitational, as well as the fact while he watched the guy that he should have beat stroll to a championship. The chief bottom feeder, also Evan, with an honorable mention of Calder, this cementing Evan as one of the biggest anti-spoon feeding seasons that I've personally ever seen. The Con Award. The award that exemplifies who they think will do well by doing all the research but then flopping at the end. Know me in college on preparing for an exam and then flopping at the end. Goes to Calder. Calder, he does all this. He does all this. I mean, he does a lot of preparing and then gets just dug out by reality all season long. Just very, very bad. The Peacemaker, Clay Holbrook. We thank you for the peace that you bring to this group. Works in silence and lets his spoon do the talking. The William Shatner Award goes to whoever gets what they want by any means necessary, by blasting other people, pushing people under the bus, gassing people up whom don't need to be gassed up. The trash bag. It's me. That's me. I get what I want by any means necessary, and if I don't, I'll just say you're bad and you get fed. It's a very simple revolving door. The lame duck will be Gary. Just a pathetic performance all around. The lame duck award. The blue balls award will go to myself due to the dominance all season. Just shot down by injuries and spoon feeding. Just an absolute moment of just blue balls in itself. The climax award will be Alex. He was here. He went up here. No one thought he was touchable. Then he came back here, back to reality. Oop, there goes travesty. Now he's just back to where he's supposed to be, his baseline of ineptitude. The most cordial award. Clay, this is the award for cordiality from the hands of the spoon and the anti-gods to someone else. Clay riding with Mike Evans all year, getting mad at them personally, losing because of them, dropping them, and then them combining for 80. Really cordial, actually, by the spoon gods. Bravo, spoon gods. But yeah, that's it for the storylines and the superlatives. The most pathetic teams. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm at 20 minutes here. Vikings 41-7. Again, they are the highest. They have the lowest point differential of any 12-plus team, and they're minus 15. The next closest is plus 80. That's almost 100-point difference just based on that. There's a spoon feeding. The Vikings are Grayson. So anyway, the Bears 41-10 to the Loins. I don't know how you get dug out like that to the Lions. I mean, I don't know. The Lions aren't bad, but to get punished like that, that's kind of embarrassing, really. But yeah, let's see here, and then the Colts losing to Daniel Jones is unacceptable. It's just unacceptable, much less losing 40-10. Daniel Jones is not good at football. Evan Waits to your QB2. The Chiefs, even though they won, I don't care. 27-24 to Danger Russ Wilson. I mean, you let him cook. He's far from Gordon Ramsay. I'll say that. He's just not that good. But I digress. Moving on. Prop bets. 2 of them. This will put money in your pocket. I need y'all to listen here. Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett needs 4 catches, 3 or 4, to get his $500 bonus this year, right? I'm not sure the sports betting apps are going to take that into account. They might. I'm not sure. But I wouldn't imagine his over-under being more than 3 catches. I would take that over. These quarterbacks like to take care of their people. And, I mean, they even have situations where Gerald Everett can tell Herbert and be like, hey, you give me these 4 catches, I'll split $250,000 with you, you know? So, you know, these quarterbacks are going to let their people eat, and they're going to look out for themselves as well. Same thing with Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk needs 91 yards to get a 1,000-yard season and justify his $20 million contract. And to get that, he would get $500,000. Same ordeal. He gonna eat this weekend against the Titans defense. Swiss cheese, axe the cheese. Come on, and he's got that. But listen, guys, that's all I got. Trash Bag Audi. I appreciate you guys listening to me this season. Really, I enjoy making these videos. I hope I provided comedic relief, midweek stress relief, possibly, and. Y'all know what time it is, man. Trash Bag Audi next season. Let's keep doing it. Make sure y'all finesse or keep finessing. You're all really bad. Trash Bag Audi.